this video, I'm going to be taking you through the preset that I created to get a bit of the Eric Johnson style Cliffs of Dover live, I think it's live in Austin, clean tone that he does for the intro. It's so atmospheric, it's so nice delay, nice reverb, and very chimey, glassy, clean tone. So we're going to be going through it. Let's look at this as a starting point. Everyone's going to have a different guitar, different pickups. This is a starting point that you can maybe dial in and then change for yourself based on what guitar you've got. Whatever interface you've got will obviously affect the tone as well. So a couple of things to think about when dialing this in, but this I think is a really good starting point. If I take you to the amp section, for this bit, obviously we are on the clean guitar tone. So we're going to be on the clean amp, which is this first amp here. So I'm going to take you through the controls on the front of the amp. I'm going to be doing this in terms of a clock face, the whole thing. So I've got my gain at about just before 11 o'clock, my bright switch on, bass at 12, middle at just past 2. I've dimed the treble all the way, and there's a reason for this, because if you listen to this guitar part, you can hear when Eric Johnson attacks the string a little bit harder, he gets a little bit more glassy chiminess from the string. So I noticed when I dimed the treble a little bit more, I got that effect. So this is kind of what I've done there. Master, basically leaving that just sort of midway. Presence at about 2 o'clock. My oversampling is turned to high. I just think it gave a little bit more, again, just to help me get that more glassy, chimey tone that I'm after. Oh, just a note as well that I'm on the second position or the fourth position, these two pickups together. My noise gate is on at about 12 o'clock. So if we go to the front of the amp, this is the only bit that I'm not great at using a compressor. This is what I've got so far. So on the compressor pedal, I've got it set to about 1 o'clock, gain set to about, what's that, 10 o'clock. Overdrive is off. We're just gonna move over to here. So over to the cab section. To be honest, I didn't really touch the cab section until the very last minute. So I kind of dialed in a tone as best as I could, and then remembered I can tweak this section as well. So I didn't do much here. Everything is mainly in the reverb and the delay, trying to get that atmospheric tone and the head of the amp. So with this, I basically went to a 57 on either side, and I didn't really move the mics much. I moved the right side just further into the center to the cone, just to make it pop a little more. Okay, so coming over to the main event, dry and wet sort of set to about in between 9 and 10. You could probably boost that a little more. Feedback set to about in between 10 and 11. Now, the only thing I really did do down here was I took the tape saturation all the way down. It just made the repeat sound a little bit too distorted, and I didn't really like that. Coming over to the tone, boosted it all the way up. Reverb. I'm still getting used to this style reverb. I was very much a guitar player that set my reverb pedal. I used the Strymon Blue Sky, and I was very much a player that set my reverb, and then I kind of didn't really think about it ever again. I just sort of set a reverb that I liked and then sort of left it. So when I've come over to this reverb here, if I'm honest, I was just sort of moving the knobs around until I sort of gave myself a real fat pillow to play on top of. So dry and wet is set to about 11 o'clock, or just in between, just before 11 o'clock. Space is at 2, time is at 1, and left that at 12, and then I've boosted the roll off to about 2 o'clock. That is pretty much everything that I've done for this preset. Obviously, you're going to want to adjust this to your guitar to match your guitar tone. It will be drastically different if you use humbuckers, it will be way hot. So you'll have to dial some of these tones down. But yeah, this is what I'm getting. So personally, I think that's a really good starting point. Probably will at some point make some more adjustments, because I might come back to it tomorrow and be like, this sounds absolutely nothing like Eric Johnson's guitar tone. But today I'm quite happy with it. So hopefully you found this video slightly interesting. And if you did find it interesting at all, it'd be wicked if you could hit the like button. It is just down there, and hit the subscribe button as well. I'm really close to 1,000 subscribers. Well, I'm not really close, I'm getting closer. And I'll be really grateful if we could make it to 1,000 subscribers in the next few months. So awesome. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day. Cheers.